Okay, the focus today is going to be twofold. I want to try out my new additions. One, the Arbor Fabricating charcoal basket for the 14-inch Rubber Smoky Mountain, and I also recently purchased the porcelain coated drip pan and roasting pan from Sear for the kettle. So I have lined the charcoal basket with some, I don't know, probably about a half now, and I used some wood chips, a combination of cherry and Jack Daniels wood chips. Probably looking at doing some jerk chicken thighs on the Rubber Smoky Mountain. Want to see if this basket performs as well as the basket that I purchased for the 18-inch Smoky Mountain, and I have had no complaints. It has extended my cook times for long overnight, low and slow type cooks, and combined with the diffuser plates, because I no longer use the water pan on either one of my Smoky Mountains, I've seen a real improvement in the way the way the 18-inch cooks. So we're going to see if it makes that improvement for the 14-inch. So I've got the basket set up. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, set it in my cooking shed until tomorrow morning, and then we'll come back and take a quick look at the setup for the Weber kettle. Okay, like I said, the purpose of this cook is to really just to go over a few new additions, nothing major. These things have been out on the market for a while. They're just new for me. Specifically the charcoal basket from Arbor Fabricating, which I did see on T-Roy Cooks. The second addition is the porcelain drip pan by Sear. I am going to line this with aluminum foil for the cook tomorrow. Real quickly, I had an issue with the self-cleaning function on this kettle. This is the oldest one, and what's going on is one of my blades does not sit flush to the bottom of the bowl, and of course that allows a lot of oxygen. Now I've taken a look at a couple of self-repair fix-it videos on YouTube, and nothing seemed to really address it. I got it down a little bit. I did close the gap a little bit, but other than replacing the entire mechanism, I'm like, okay, how do I deal with this? And then it just occurred to me just the other day. What I'm going to do is, and I will try to illustrate that if I can. Hope the camera can pick this up. Let me go in here and make a quick adjustment. I usually put the Sear on this side of my kettle, and of course, even with the self-cleaning mechanism completely closed, it's still getting a lot of oxygen, which makes it very difficult to control the temperature, especially when I want to do just one slab of ribs or like a chuck roast. So I thought, okay, what can I do? Well, just reverse it. So what I'm going to do is put the Sear on this side, and then we will take the drip pan and let's go ahead and get that out of there. We'll take the drip pan, put it over that side, where the blade is not sitting flush, and now, before attempting to do this on camera, I have to admit, I actually tried this yesterday. I did a chuck roast, low and slow, and I have to admit, with it completely closed and the top vent completely open, it maintained temperatures around 250 to to 263 degrees, and it was extremely gusty yesterday here in Ohio. So what I'm going to do, as I said earlier, I'm going to try to do some jerk chicken thighs, which will be a first there. We'll talk about that later. But I want to do a slab of baby back ribs. Try to keep the temperature down. I'll cook at 275, 300, but I want to see how this new configuration works with on some ribs, because I tend to use my kettle, my 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain, and let's see, and of course my Gateway and the Calm in the wintertime. I usually don't break out my Oklahoma Joe because I don't usually sit outside during the winter feeding it sticks. So what we're going to do tomorrow, we'll come out and we'll see how this works on a slab of ribs. I'm only going to do one slab. Let's see, let's put this side on so we can burn some of that residue off. Go ahead and set that up. I pretty much think that's it. So we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will hold out. Alrighty, let's get these 4 thighs, and I guess I should make a quick programming note. Only 4 thighs came in the pack, so that's why I'm doing 4. They have been sitting overnight in the jerk marinade. I'm kind of interested to see how this turns out. I have never done chicken, jerk chicken, and thighs have always intimidated me. That's just my issue. I've only done them once. My daughter told me they were kind of dry, So my thought is if you dry out chicken thighs, you must be screwing up. So we're gonna see what we can do to change that. We're gonna hit it with the booyah. What the heck was that? Sorry guys, I just had a bird walk past me, not fly, so it kind of freaked me out. I was hoping we ain't got no mice or nothing. So let's hit it with a little of the jerk seasoning, dry seasoning. Now, from what I've seen, jerk chicken doesn't have much color. I guess when you compare it to comp type chicken. So I'm going a little heavy on this. Maybe it's a mistake, but as I said, this is a new experiment for me. What I am going to do, after 30 minutes, I'll come back and check, and I may put them over direct heat on the slow and sear, put a little char on them near the end. I'm also going to throw a handful of the whiskey barrel smoking chips just to give them a little bit of flavor. Right now, pent temps running at 306, which is actually fine for me. That's what I've been looking for. I've already added some charcoal to the slow and sear, so should be able to get through this cook. So let's get these on, see how this turns out. What I'm gonna do is put a little quick char on them, just to speed up the process. And actually they're looking a hell of a lot better than I expected. As I said, I'm not a big thigh person, and I'm really trying to make sure I don't overshoot my temperature here. So let's try to put a little burn on. Not necessarily trying to get them to the temp that I want while over direct coals. I just want to go ahead and put a little quick sear. Then we'll put them back over, let them finish smoking until they come up to about 175. That's what I'm gonna shoot for. I tend to overcook chicken because, quite frankly, I don't want to take a chance on any type of food poisoning. So I'm really working on trusting myself and trusting my ThermalWorks Dot, ThermalWorks MK4, and my thermal pop. So a couple of minutes on each side. Let's take a look. Got a little flare up on that side. Of course, now that them juices is hitting. Okay, let's get a different angle on that. It's always difficult to work your camera and do the cooking too. So, even with a tripod. Okay, let's give them a quick look. Yeah, they'll get in there. Oh, don't want to mess my skin up. Come on now, let's try it this way. Okay, let's get that skin tightened up a little bit. I knew that was coming. Should have used my big heavy duty tones instead of these little house tones, but there we go. Kind of like how them two little ones is looking. So let's get that. I'm going to be interested to see what this jerk seasoning is all about. Let's get the thermal pop ready. Now the smell that I'm getting is pretty good. Can't complain. I got the ribs in the oven, warming. And as a backup, put together a baked spaghetti. My daughter and my granddaughter are coming over, so thought I'd throw that together. Just in case this ain't their cup of tea. There we go. There we go. I don't want them too dark. I like the brown, kind of losing the skin. That definitely did crisp it up a little bit though. Oh yes, definitely. Well, let's see what we got temperature. We're gonna taste test a chicken thigh. Let's start with a little one. These are jerk. I made a point not to there's that skin. I kind of made sure, oh no, that's a bone. Ask your daughter if she wants to try one.
Like to try some chicken? Chicken? There's jerk. Chicken? That's good.
You sure? No, I need your honest opinion. Okay.
That's good. That's my honest opinion.
Cooked through and through. I could taste that bouillon. The sweet and sassy is not as, of course, hot. But the more I chew, the more the seasoning starts to come through. A nice little bite on it though. We'll have to try this one again.
It's juicy.
Paying attention to those temperatures really helps. Alrighty. Kind of hard to see that bone. I'll start on the short end here. So I should have flipped him over. As my daughter and granddaughter have arrived. You can get that one, or you can take the big one and get that one too late. Alright. Tender, not too salty. I think we'll go with this for this time. Alrighty. I kind of like them. To sum up my impression of the SNS grills, porcelain coated roasting pan, I think it was a good buy for me. I knew it would keep my kettle clean. What I didn't count on was how much it helped to control the temperature. I really was able to keep a low, steady temperature throughout the cook. Then when I needed to up it, just opening, making the appropriate adjustments, it was very responsive, and I know this helped disperse the air as it was coming in. So this was a good buy. I'm going to try it as a roasting pan. I've got a recipe for some rosemary, garlic potatoes, and I'm going to give it a shot. I wanted to point out very quickly, this is after going through the dishwasher. I took it out, washed it this morning, and this is the end result. So very satisfied with it. I like this one better than the stainless steel version. I know the stainless steel you can use as a griddle. I don't tend to griddle a lot. I've got some cast iron that I would use that for. So this is, for the price, a much better deal for me. Literally $40 to $45 less. Plus, as I said, it's porcelain coated, which makes it easier to clean up, less rust. So all in all, very impressed with it and glad I purchased it. We'll be moving on to the Arbor Fabricating, went brain dead there for a minute. The Arbor Fabricating charcoal basket for the 14-inch Weber Smoky Mountain.